channel, and if you're new here, hello, I'm Meg. I am here with a very exciting topic for me today because I am talking about how to own your curves when it comes to styling. So as a curvy girl myself, I just have a little bit of insight for you on what I do to kind of accentuate my curves and really just be comfortable with my body when it comes to styling my clothing. I also just wanted to start off by saying fashion really has no rules, and these are just some general tips that I kind of follow for myself, but not necessarily all the time. And I just really wanted to mention before jumping into this video, all of these things I'm about to say does not mean these are the rules curvy girls must follow. And it also does not mean only curvy girls should be wearing this. Fashion is so fun to me because it has no rules, and that is how it should stay. You can wear whatever you want, no matter what your body type is, as long as you are feeling yourself, you are feeling beautiful and confident and comfortable. That is what's most important. I promise you, once you start looking at fashion in this way, you're going to look better than you ever have, because really the confidence is key. And as long as you're loving what you're wearing and you feel genuinely good, that's all that matters. So without further ado, let's jump right in to my style tips to help you own your curves. Tip number 1, waist. That's all I have to say. All right, do this with me. Put your hands on your waist. There you go. You found it. This is where you kind of want the eye to lead using your clothing. Accentuating your waist is a game changer for curvy women, and it's the oldest tip in the book. Trust me, anytime you're reading any style blogs, magazines, or anything about dressing for a curvy body, you are going to see waist, waist, waist everywhere. And it is so important. So I have a whole bunch of different ways you can style your waist. One of them being belts. Belting a shift or oversized looking dress will completely change the silhouette of your entire outfit. And there you go. You will see your curves. And where does the eye go? Towards the waist. Wrap dresses are one of the most flattering dress silhouettes on a curvy body type because the line just completely draws you towards the waist and cinches everything in a very flowy, beautiful, elegant way. One of my favorite ways to accentuate the waist currently is by pairing a mid-length skirt with a fun top and then even belting it at times, because your eye is going to go with a separate shirt and skirt. Your eye, of course, goes to where they meet, which is the waist. Instead of wearing a dress, this is a really fun way to kind of express your style a little more because you can mix and match different items in your closet. I'm a huge fan of mixing prints. Another technique to find the waist is layering. Yes, adding more bulk to yourself can also seem a little scary because adding more layers seem like you're gonna make yourself look bigger, but that's not the case. Pairing a fun flowy summer dress with a little light jacket that ends at the waist is a layering trick that once again will lead the line of the eye back towards the waist. So let's talk about your basic t-shirt. These can be seen as billowy or unflattering. Some things I like to do, number 1 being the easiest, is the classic French tuck. Literally, you just tuck the front of your shirt in, as easy as that. Another thing, you see this all over, is just tying up the shirt and making it into more of a crop top. Once again, adding that crop is going to bring the eye right in towards the waist, giving you that hourglass effect. Now, I was terrified of crop tops for years and years and years. In fact, I only recently just started wearing them. I think as curvy girls, we always kind of, from society and just our own brains, feel like we need to hide our bodies. But no. Embrace your curves. I cannot say it enough. That crop top that you may be very scared of is actually going to give you that beautiful shape to your body. Have I talked about the waist enough with you? You're probably getting tired of hearing me talk about accentuating that waist. But I have one more little trick that I like to use with just a basic button up. And that is, I bet you can guess it, tying it up to crop it and showing the waist. Tying it up not only draws the eye in, but it also just adds a really fun look to an otherwise boring button down. All right, tip number 2 is stop looking at those tags. They're doing nothing for you except for stressing you out that you're not fitting into the mold that you have in your head of the size you need to be. Every store that you shop at has a different way of sizing. They have different standards, different measurements that they follow. So looking at the sizes from store to store, and let's say you usually wear a medium. You wear a medium in this store that you know and love, you love to shop at, and then there's this new store you walk into and you're like, oh, I'm a size medium. You try it on, you look in the mirror, it's way too small, and you immediately start to panic. Did I gain weight? Oh my goodness, like why is this not fitting? I'm a medium, I'm a medium. And then maybe you still buy that medium because you think, I'm supposed to be a medium, I'm not gonna size up even though this is way too tight on me. No, that's the issue. You need to stop looking at those tags and try on as many sizes as you need to actually see what fits you. When you're shopping, you need to actually look into the mirror, look at the fit of the garment, where it all hangs on your body, how it feels on your body. And that is how you should determine whether you buy the garment or not based on the size of the tag. A well-fitted garment is key, but you also want to consider comfort. If you're more comfortable in a garment, guess what? It's gonna look better because you're gonna feel better. You're gonna wear it better. You're gonna be happier. You're not gonna be pulling at all the things on your body to kind of hide, or you're not gonna be pulling things up. Just be comfortable. Some common things to look at in the fitting room when you're deciding if it fits you correctly could be something like, obviously the bust area, if it's pulling in any way, and also look at the back. The back could pull a lot too, or it could also be way too big. If the shoulder lines, the shoulder seams right here are going down here, it's way too big, and your shoulder seams should match up where your shoulder is. But once again, when it comes to fit, if your eye doesn't see that it's not fitting well, how are you feeling in the garment when you look in that mirror? That's all you need to know. Tip number 3 is off the shoulder necklines. Again, this is what I have found works for me, but it could not work for everybody. Some people don't want to accentuate their shoulders because they may think they already have super broad shoulders. Off the shoulder tops will make your shoulders look even broader, so if you're not for that, then you're not for that. For me, I really love off the shoulder tops because it draws the attention up and away from the bust area, and it also elongates the neck and helps to accentuate the décolletage. I also really love styling off the shoulder pieces because you can add a really dainty, beautiful necklace to it since your décolletage is being exposed, but you can also put on a fun pair of earrings and throw your hair up, and it's just a really fun summer outfit idea. So my 4th tip is a very important one. I want you to say it with me. Shapewear is not a sin. Shapewear is good, especially for curvy bodies. And the reason I'm telling this to you so sternly is because I've had to tell this to myself many times. I still remember back in, I don't know, was it high school, when I would steal a pair of shapewear from my mom to wear under a dress to go hang out with friends, and I was always so ashamed to be wearing shapewear. If I was changing in front of other people, I would be very self-conscious. I didn't want them to see it. Or if I were wearing a dress and it slipped up a little bit where you could see a little bit of the shapewear poke out, I would kind of get very red and like, oh my gosh, did they see that? But once I discovered what shapewear can do for my body when it comes to styling, I will never go back. Shapewear is just meant to smooth everything out, which I personally love. I'm all about, this is what this whole video is about, accentuating your curves. But I like to smooth everything out and make it look super polished and nice underneath my garments. But as I mentioned, shapewear is not all about just tucking everything in and getting something super suctioned and tight to your body. There's also just the type of shapewear that you put under dresses and skirts to only smooth, and it's actually very breathable and light, and that's what I wear all throughout the summer. So like I said, you'll have a shapewear that is like this. You can see that is super tight and suctions you in for underneath your garments. But you can also find the type of shapewear that looks a little bit more like this. So these specific shapewear, I have like a billion pairs because like I said, I wear them all throughout the summer. They're not meant to really suck anything in and change the shape of your body. They're just meant to kind of smooth the lines underneath your garments. And also for me, a big part of it, and I think a lot of curvy girls can relate, in the summer when you're sweating and you got big thighs, they rub together when you're walking around and going throughout your life and your daily adventures. And guess what? Then you get chafing, and it's the worst thing in the world. Ever since I started wearing this shapewear underneath my dresses, life changed. I no longer have to deal with that chafing. It completely helps that problem. It is one of my biggest tips for curvy gals, especially in the summer. My fifth and final tip has to do with hair. Hair is actually a big part of styling that I think a lot of people forget about. Me being one of them. I'll put a whole outfit together and I'll stand in front of the mirror and I'll be like, I'll just wear my hair like it is. But your hair can actually make or break your outfit. It can really take away from an outfit and even kind of overpower and make you look heavier than you are. By pulling your hair up and away from your face, my favorite is just a nice, simple, low bun. It really can show off your facial features even more, making you look slimmer, however you want to say it, but really just a little bit more classy, put together, polished, chic. My biggest recommendation is when I'm wearing anything with a higher neck or the puff sleeve trend, I like to wear my hair up because when I have my hair down and then I have these huge puff sleeves or a high neck, it completely just looks so heavy around my face. And once I put my hair up, it's all better. Okay, that's all I have for today. I hope you found these tips helpful. Again, this is just for my body, what has worked for me throughout the years. They could work for you or they could not. Just my biggest thing with fashion is don't be afraid to try these things. You might look in the mirror and be like, nope, not for me. That's okay. You probably have your very own list of things in your head that you think work best for your body. If you don't ever use any of my tips, that's okay. If I want you to take away one thing from this video, it is what I kind of touched on at the very beginning, and that is confidence. It's cheesy, I know, but if you are finally confident in your body, I promise you, your clothes will never look better. Okay, I'm actually done now. Thank you so much for sitting and listening to me rant on. I sometimes tend to do that. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and of course subscribe if you want to see more from me. I have a lot of fun stuff planned. And also comment down below if you have any tips for me. Trust me, I love reading other people's tips and tricks and I love to try them. So please comment down below if you have anything for me. That is all I have for you today. Thank you. See you later.